And when I surfaced, he was about 20 feet away from me. And as soon as he saw me, he turned and launched himself out the water. I mean, he was coming at me like almost hydroplaning on the top. He was so determined to get there.
A massive alligator was about to hit him.
Put my arm up defensively, and he grabbed hold of it. And I mean, he was huge. I don't even know how big he was, just because I was right there in his face. So but he felt massive. I knew his first move once he grabbed me was to roll me. And so I bear hugged him. I wrapped my arm around his head, my legs around his neck.
The next thing that happens, William is pulled underwater with little air left in his scuba tank.
I got my screwdriver that I use on the bottom of the river, and I went to stab him in the eye. And when I did that, he shook me like a rag doll, threw me off of him. I grabbed back a hold of him because I didn't want him to roll again.
But his arm was still in the gator's clamped down jaw.
At that point, he took me to the bottom, and I could tell because my ears started popping and it got real black. And I hit the bottom with my shoulders and my neck, and I could feel his weight pressing down on me. I couldn't get up to his eye again, so I went for his gum line and tried to stab it in between his teeth where the soft spots were. And that seemed to work. He shook me again pretty hard down there, and at that point I ran out of air.
So now he's 50 feet underwater fighting an alligator, and he's run out of air.
And so I knew that was the end of my life at that moment.
But it wasn't.
Wrenched back as hard as I could, trying to rip my arm off at the elbow. And I got out. I don't know how. And I just thought that I'd tore it off. And when I got back to the surface, I could see it, but it was flopping down, hanging like a wet noodle. And the guy on the boat dragged me in. I couldn't pull myself up.
William has some advice for other divers.
This gator is extremely aggressive, and he's right there where everyone else dives. It's a well-known spot, and this thing is huge, and he didn't even take a second to attack me. I mean, he was on me as soon as he saw me. So whoever else is out there diving, please be careful.